Chodesh Tov. This is the first day of the month of Elul. So we are starting our first day of our next journey, the 40 days from Rosh Chodesh Elul till Yom Kippur. The day that Moshe Rabbeinu went up on the mountain and he came down on Yom Kippur. So we are starting our 40-day journey. And we named this 40-day journey the TBC, Tshuva Boot Camp. So we're going to refer to it as the TBC. So there's a lot of what to cover in our Tshuva Boot Camp, but today I want to focus on one very simple thing, which in essence nothing is simple. Saying things is very easy, doing it is much harder. Happens to be, by divine providence, that we are in the week of Parashat Shoftim. And we are going to read tomorrow from the Torah. The beginning of the parasha says, Shoftim v'shotrim tasim lecha b'chol sha'arecha. You have to appoint judges and police officers to all your gates. So that's what we're going to do to start our journey. What is your gates? Is your eyes, your ears, your mouth, all the nekavim. In Hebrew, it's a much more appropriate word to say nekavim. In Hebrew, in English, I think the nicest way to say is holes. But the holes of the body, the entrance of the body. In Hebrew, there's a nicer word, nekavim, but really these are the gates that we have to put judges for. My eyes, my mouth, my ears, my nose. Why do I have to appoint a judge? Because a judge, a real judge, not the judges that you have in our court systems in our day of age, a real judge is a judge of tzedek, of righteousness. And when I appoint a judge, is to judge, is what I'm seeing good or not good? Is what I'm hearing good or not good? If what I'm talking, saying, eating, I have to put a judge to all the gates. That the judge will judge if what is coming to approach the gate is good or not. That's why I told you yesterday, if you remember, that the main thing we need to do as a start is to separate what's good and what's not good. And I have to be very aware of all the things that are not good. That you had to do already yesterday. Today we're focusing on appointing the judges to the gates. Then when I'm about to see something, the judge has to say to me right away, that's not good, don't look at it. I'm about to say something, the judge tells me, don't say that, that's bad. Same thing with going in and going out. Really the main gate that is the problematic gate is the mouth, because it's a dual direction, going in and coming out. Eyes is just looking out. And the same thing with the ears and the nose. But nevertheless, we have to start by appointing judges to my gates. After I appoint the judges to my gates, that's when I can appoint police officers to the gates too. Because the judges are the ones who decide what's good and what's bad, and the officers are the ones who actually bring it down into action. In the same way, like in the physical world. The judges, they come out with the justice or whatever decrees, and the officers, they have to make sure that the people obey. So the first thing you need to do is to treat your body like a sanctuary. It's a holy city. And every city, like the city of Yerushalayim, is walled, and then it has gates. Al chomotayich Yerushalayim ir David, efkaditi shomrim. That's what the verse says. On your holy walls, Jerusalem, I have appointed shomrim, gatekeepers, and guards, or whatever you want to call it. So I have to understand that in order for me, first of all, to get rid of all the junk and not to let anything go in, it has to be a judicial system that is judging what's going in, what's going out. And that has to be a righteous judgment, not where you can bribe the judge. In a modern day of age, you bribe the judge and you get whatever you want. All it takes is an envelope of a few pieces of paper or whatever it is. But these judges cannot be bought. If you are appointing judges that are corrupt and they're going to be bought, then the Yetzer Hara is going to bribe them with all sorts of candies. And you'll find all the loopholes how to bribe the judge. And this has to be a true judge that tells you right straight out, this is bad for you. This is going to lead you to a wrong place. This is going to be a good safeguard for you. And after you appoint the judges, that's when you can appoint the police officers to actually do it. And yesterday I told you, it's going to require effort and fighting. If I need to now to stop something from coming into my domain, that's going to require, might have to be coming with some fights. Now it's not going to be fist fights, let's hope it won't, but it has to be a fight, and that's the police officer. So we have two things to focus on, to make sure that whatever is dirty from the inside has to be exported and ejected, and whatever is unclean and impure from the outside not to come in. So it has to work both ways. But the first step is to appoint judges and police officers to all my gates, and that's how you start the first journey. You surround your sanctuary, your holy city, with the right walls, with the right guards, with the right judges, then nothing impure comes in, all the junk comes out, only holiness comes in, and there's a system there where you filter what you see, what you read, what you eat, what you talk, what you listen. Everything has to be filtered. Somebody comes and approaches you with Lashon Hara, right away the judge has to tell you, this is bad. Bad away, move away. Cut it short. Stop the conversation. Leave the place. And so forth. Once you apply that, then has to be the officers that will have to more elaborate in a later time how the officers apply that, because you're going to have to make sure there's going to be some tough officers here, police officers, however you want to call it, that they actually come and make sure that it's that the rules are being guarded, because in most cases there'll be rules, and then there's rules always there's always the way to break the rules. So once you make rules, that's it. The rules are the rules. And you don't make the rules, the Torah makes the rules. Kadosh Baruch Hu makes the rules. You just follow the rules. So the first step that we're starting, there's going to be a long journey and a lot of things to cover, but the first thing is we appoint judges and police officers to our gates, and we have to value the importance of the gates. If I don't put importance to the gates, then I will never guard them the right way. If I understand that by me looking at the wrong place, I'm damaging severely that gate, and once the gate is broken, anything can come in, then I have to understand, no, the gates are the most powerful, holy, safe part of the body. And if I don't know how to guard them, then my city is always going to be subject to attacks, and anything can just walk in and out. My main aim is now to create a very strong, powerful, walled city, that nothing that is not supposed to comes in, whatever doesn't have to be inside goes out, and I'm keeping it safe. So then the main thing we have to understand here is the severity, exactly like I said yesterday. When you define what's bad, it's bad all the way. There's no discounts here. And then the same thing with the gates. I have to understand these are the most key points, the most sensitive areas of my existence is my gates. If they're well guarded, then I'm safe. If they're not well guarded, that's it. There's a crack in the wall, that's it. The enemy is going to come in and out whenever he wants. And the Yetzer Hara, he knows all the cracks in the walls. He knows how to come from the back door, from the up, from on the top, from underneath. You have to slowly cocoon yourself in very strong safeguard walls and gates, so nothing comes in that is not supposed to, and nothing, and then whatever's bad goes out, and you staying all the kedusha, only the holiness stays inside. Bezrat Hashem, from here we start, and Bezrat Hashem we should have a successful, long journey.